What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Gnome, and today I want to take a look at Tyranitar EX, and really for the main reason that A, I really like Tyranitar. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in the entire game, but also because I just had a lot of fun using Dodrio in the last video with Skullvillain, so if you haven't checked that out, go back and watch that one. But I just really like playing with Dodrio, and so I thought, what's another deck that I can play it with? And Tyranitar is a deck that I haven't actually updated or used in a long time, but it pairs really well with Dodrio. The main reason why it pairs so well is because it has the Lightning Rampage attack for 2 fighting energy. It does 150 damage, but if your benched Pokemon have any damage counters on them, it does 100 more. So you're hitting for 250 damage, which is pretty good, especially with the electric typing that Tyranitar has, where you're able to actually hit things like Pidgeot and Lugia for weakness, as well as things like Lumineon, Squawkabilly, all those type of cards. Hitting for electric weakness is actually pretty good, and doing 250 isn't that bad because against things like Regidrago, we're able to throw a Choice Band on and just be totally fine. So that also works for us. And then also with Dodrio, we have a 1-prize attacker that is able to hit for 280 as long as it's on its max stacks, which is pretty good for us. And also gives us a draw engine. One of the other things too is that because we're going to have so many damage counters to use, we're going to be able to play Munkidori, where this can actually help push our damage numbers a little bit further if we need to, and shore up some of those other V Pokemon. So for example, again, if we're up against Regidrago, then we can attack for 250, and use Munkidori's additional 30 damage move to deal with that as well. We're going to be playing the Fan Rotom package because it's just really, really good with the Dodrios, and we're also playing a Manaphy to protect our bench, as well as Fezandipiti because it's just kind of broken and you kind of have to play one. As the rest of the engine, our A-Spec of choice is going to be Sparkling Crystal. There's a couple different cards you could run, but I found this one to be the most consistent so far. Mostly because of the fact that what we can do is we can try to accelerate into our Tyranitar EX, place the Sparkling Crystal down, have a single fighting energy, and start attacking for 250, which, like I said, is really good. One other thing about Tyranitar that's actually really nice is it's 340 HP total, where it has a weakness to fighting, but that's actually a pretty rare type to see right now in our current metagame. And so a lot of things can't one-shot it, so as long as you're taking the first attack, you survive whatever comes your way, you finish that off, and so it works out really well for you overall. We are running 1 copy of the Tera Orb just to make finding our Tyranitar a little bit more consistent, and then we're also playing the Choice Belt to help the Regidrago matchup, a Rescue Board just because it's really good and helps us move around in some matchups, 1 copy of Switch. We also play the Briar, and this is because our Tyranitar is a Tera Pokemon, so we can take advantage of it and really help shore up some matchups where our math is weird. So in some cases, especially in the Charizard matchup specifically, a lot of times we're able to take a single knockout off like a Charmander or a Pidgey early, then we're able to knock out the Rotom that they set up or a Lumineon that they bench, whatever. But then we're in a 3 prize card kind of situation, and knocking out a Charizard's kind of difficult for us. So what we can typically do is use like a counter catcher, pull up a Pidgey, and then go Briar, and win the game that way by taking 3 prize cards on the Pidgeot. Or sometimes, again, we're just able to have a damaged Charizard and then like come in and knock that out as well. But yeah, that's going to be the list, guys. Be sure to let me know any changes that you'd make to it and anything that like that. Be sure to check out the list for yourself. It'll be down in the description below. And yeah, I want to give a special shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. It really does go a long way. I also, just want to recommend to everybody else, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. All the standard YouTube things. And finally, I just want to give 2 things. I want to give a, little notice to the community Discord. That will be down in the description below if you want to join that, as well as a link to the new channel Twitter. But more importantly than any of that, what's the most important thing you're going to find down there is the upcoming tournament that I'm going to be putting on. The announcement for that. I'm putting on Professor Gnome's Christmas Cup. It's going to be held on, let me check my calendar, it's next Saturday, so I don't remember what date that is. I believe it's the 21st, but I will check. It should be right before Christmas. I'm live checking this. I should have remembered in advance. Yeah, it's next Saturday, so the 21st. So all the details for that will be on the Limitless page, so be sure to go and check that out. I want to run kind of a larger event, do something fun for Christmas. I'm going to be reaching out to people and posting it to try to get a good turnout and some fun faces and stuff like that. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. It'll, like I said, the sign up will be down in the description. Just follow the Limitless page, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me either on Twitter or on Discord. But yeah, that's just about it, and all the announcements. Have fun, best of luck to everybody, and I will see you guys all in game number 1 in a minute. Peace. Alright, we're in game number 1, and we're going to be going first. We open our Larvitar, which is okay. Obviously, our hand is not the most optimal, but depending on matchup and things like that, it may be okay. What we could do is go Ultra Ball, again, depending on matchup, and get rid of like whatever we draw and the boss's orders, get ourselves into the Fan Rotom. Okay, it's... I don't really want... I don't want to have to get rid of the Earthen Vessel. I think I get rid of Dodrio here. Grab 2 energy. Ultra Ball away, 1 energy in the boss. Grab myself Fan Rotom. Place Fan Rotom down. Go Fan Call for 1, 2, 3. Place these down. Energy onto the Larvitar. And then I think I would just retreat into Fan Rotom. And then what I'll do on the next turn is I'll evolve both Dodrio and go Iono for a new hand. Look to draw myself into a new Tyranitar and like a Rare Candy. And see what happens. The good and bad of this matchup is that we do have single prizers that can revenge kill the Roaring Moons. But because they can Frenzied Gouging, our high HP doesn't really matter for that Tyranitar. Which is a little bit upsetting. Like, you know, that's not exactly how we'd want it to be. But it's also not the worst because we do have Briar for later. So, like, taking the single prizes aren't that bad. Seems like our opponent's out of options. Okay. This is fine for us. We can go double Doduo. Go Iono. Reset both our hands, which, again, is a little unfortunate. Like, not exactly how we'd want things to be, but it's, like, not that bad. We can go Zooming Draw. There's the Pupitar. Before we evolve, though, let's go Zooming Draw one more time. Okay, there's the other energy. So what we'll do is we'll go Pupitar here. And Larvitar. This is actually where, had we not placed the energy down, we could actually go Energy Rotom and be in a really good position. But that's on us. It's not the biggest deal, though, because we can actually go Arven on the next turn. Go Sparkling Crystal Tera Orb and get ourselves our Tyranitar and start attacking. Like, we'll be able to knock out the Roaring Moon in the active as well. And since they didn't go... Yeah, I was going to say, because they don't They didn't go Vitality on this turn. Makes me kind of confident they won't be able to go Roaring Moon EX on the following turn. But I could be wrong. Poisonous Jungle. There you go, Calamity Storm. I don't really feel like Poisonous Jungle's that relevant. We'll bring in the Pupitar. We do get the Nest Ball, so what we'll do is we'll go Nest Ball here for Fezandipiti. Draw 3 with Fez. Okay, that's awesome. Because now what we're going to be able to do, we're going to be able to place this down, go Sparkling Crystal. Draw ourselves 2 more with the Zooming Draw. With the main goal that we can find ourselves Munkidori. Okay, Night Stretcher, that's also fine. So what we do here is we go Arven. We'll grab Rescue Board, Earthen Vessel. Yeah, that's fine. We go Rescue Board, Earthen Vessel. We'll get rid of the Evolution because we don't really need that anymore. Alright, our Dark Energy's prized anyway, so it doesn't even matter if we found Munkidori on this turn or not. So we'll attach 1 energy to the Larvitar for later. We'll go ahead and Lightning Rampage, knocking this out. That way we can go Tera Orb on the next turn, replace our Tyranitar if we have to. If they're able to go, okay, this only matters if they're able to go into a new Roaring Moon. If they go the baby Roaring Moon, we can attempt to find a boss's orders and just pull up the other Roaring Moon EX. There's the Vitality. Another Roaring Moon EX. Dark Patch. But also the other benefit here too is if they decide to put all their energy and like all the resources in the Roaring Moon EX and they decide to go for the Frenzied Gouging, we can actually just bring in Dodrio and attack into that, get the knockout there, and have a 1 prizer in the active while we set up a new Tyranitar. And that'll set up our Briar as well. Because we can go Night Stretcher and pick that back up. We actually don't even have to, so we get to preserve our Night Stretcher. We'll go Fez first. Okay, there's our Munkidori. Which actually makes me want to go Counter Catcher. No, I can't risk it, because if they make the right play, it would be bad for me. I was going to say, what would be nice is if I could go Counter Catcher here, pull up one of the other Roaring Moons, knock that out, and then I could attempt to get the Dark Energy from my prize cards, place it onto Munkidori, and then just knock this out. But I kind of can't risk that right now. Because if, like I said, if they make the right play, then I'm going to be in a little bit of a worse off position. I think from here, I guess we just grab the Switch. None of this really matters all that much. So we just grab the switch to thin, place the fighting energy down, where we take the knockout. I don't think there's anything else that we have to actually like play or do. Actually, we'll place a Doduo down here so we can make a new one if we have to. We knock this out, take 2 prizes. Okay, so still no dark energy, but we do have the Briar and Roxanne, which means if they attack us with the Baby Roaring Moon and knock out Doduo, we actually get to go Briar and knock this out, close out the game. If they... yeah, even if they boss up like the Fezandipiti or something, it doesn't really matter. They can't take 3 prizes on this turn. And yeah, if that's the case, then we can even go Counter Catcher and knock that out. So our opponent goes down to 2 prizes. Unfortunately, we weren't actually able to utilize the Munkidori in the way we want it. Had we been able to get the Dark Energy earlier, we would have pretty much closed this game out sooner, but that's totally fine. We'll go Briar, attach the Fighting Energy, attack for 250, take the extra prize card, which is why Briar is so good, especially in, like, right now. It just helps shore up so many different, like, random matchups, because that, we could, like, legitimately have lost there had we not had it to shore up the 1 prizer. But yeah, that's game number 1 against Ancient Box. Pretty fun matchup, and we'll jump into game number 2 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 2, and we're going to be going first. We are going to mulligan this hand away, which is fine. Our opponent is doing the same. Okay, this is not super optimal, but it could be worse. Our opponent is playing something. I'm really not too sure. But it's fine, we're also playing kind of a weird rogue deck, so it happens. I'm very confused. Let's see. How many times did they mulligan? Because that will kind of help this hand a little bit. Oh, only once. Okay. We see the Mew. Not a bad kind of extra target. We'll grab ourselves Rotom here. Place that down. Go Fan Call. Place the Rotom. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go Earthen Vessel, Counter Catcher, grab this and this. And then go Ultra Ball, get rid of this and this for a copy of Larvitar, just so I can start to get this set up. I can attach this here because I always have the option to Night Stretcher for the Dark Energy later on. And I don't even know if it's going to be like super relevant this game. We'll see. Our opponent goes Nest Ball. They're playing like a weird like deck, so I also am not really worried about putting myself in like an awkward position here with like a lower hand, because I think my opponent's deck is just like bad. So I'm less worried. We see the Pikachu. An electric energy onto it. Iono. Okay. A little annoying, but honestly not that bad. Because my hand wasn't very good to begin with. We'll probably end up just going Iono ourselves immediately after this. Like, we'll place a Fighting Energy down onto the Larvitar and then go Iono, probably. Or do we get really greedy and go, like, Ultra Ball, get rid of the Buddy Poffin and the Larvitar, grab ourselves a Dodrio, and then go for Hourglass? Oh, I wish I had Rare Candy. So, yeah, alright, I'm gonna go like a dumb greedy play. Again, my opponent's deck is just bad, so I can afford to be reckless. We're gonna go ahead and grab the Dodrio. Then from here, go Iono. Where we do have access to Rare Candy. Okay, didn't really matter, that's fine. We just go Pupitar. And then on the next turn, we'll be able to go Arven for the Tera Orb, which will grab ourselves the Tyranitar. And also, it will get us the Rescue Board, so we'll be able to move the Dodrio out of the active. Go Crispin. Buddy, do not attack with Pikachu here. That would be such a bad play. Wait, why would you... Don't you want the Hourglass? So you could at least start to recharge? The Lumineon doesn't do anything for you. I guess they have research for next turn. But if they research next turn, that means they can't go Crispin to repower. What? If they put all this effort in, they KO the Doduo. That, like, is really bad. Like, they want to make sure that they're, at least in this situation, that they're KOing the Pupitar. But something tells me they're not going to. If I could set up the Munkidori, that'd be great. But I know that I'm not going to be able to. So we just bring in the Tyranitar here, or the Pupitar, rather. There's another Doduo. So we'll draw a random Buddy Poffin. We can use that. Get ourselves one more we can go double Larvitar. I'm only gonna go one though, because if we can get access to the Munkidori, we do want to have it. Earthen Vessel's good. We can use that, actually. Grab ourselves the extra fightings. And then from here, we'll go Arven for the Tera Orb and the Rescue Board. Actually, we'll grab Sparkling Crystal. So that way we can actually set up the other Tyranitar easier. We'll bring this in. Place that down. We'll have the extra fighting energy for the turn, so we can just attach it there. We'll go Lightning Rampage for 250, which doesn't matter because of the Pikachu's ability, which is why we would want Munkidori. That's actually the other role that Munkidori serves in this deck. This deck, in order to actually win, so in this situation it won't matter, but in order for this deck to actually win in a larger fashion, is you just need a lot of tech cards in order to beat like specific matchups. the Lost Zone slash like Pikachu EX matchup, you have to make a priority on the Munkidori. Now, I did not expect this, the Pikachu EX, to be a thing in this game, or otherwise I wouldn't have been in the situation that I'm currently in. But typically what you want to make sure is happening is that you keep the Munkidori around, so that way you can pop the ability of the Pikachu EX a little bit easier and make that not so annoying to deal with. So what we can do here, though, is go ahead and go Lightning Rampage. Knock that out, take 2 prizes. I assume they're going to want to go like Joltik here. Alright, there's our Munkidori. We can place that down. They didn't go Joltik, so I'm not really sure what they actually want. We could research. Yeah, we just go Munkidori on the next turn, try to get ourselves into our Rescue Stretcher, or sorry, our Night Stretcher. Use that, grab the Dark Energy, break the ability of the Pikachu EX, and just knock that out. It wouldn't really matter if they go Mew here and go Genome Hacking, because they can only hit us for 250. Actually, they can't even do that because they don't have any damage counters, so they're actually only hitting us for 100. Or, sorry, 150, rather. There's a Roxanne. Do we have anything that'll thin our deck out a little bit? No. So we'll go Zooming Draw. There's a Rare Candy. If we can get Arven, that would also be fine. Okay, back-to-back Rare Candies. Not really what we wanted. We'll just throw the random energy onto this for now. At that point, we're just going to drop the boss's orders, pull up the Mew, because there's no reason not to. It doesn't really matter what we do. Like, we have to take the time to break. It's going to take us 2 turns to break this regardless, so it's better to just see if we can get the Arven to grab it and guarantee. Our opponent is going to go ahead and concede at that point. That was kind of a throwaway game, if I'm completely honest, but right now the ladder just... sometimes this is what ends up happening. But yeah, another win for Tyranitar. Also, I love this card art. It's, like, pretty good. But yeah, we'll jump into game number 3 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3, and our opponent's going to be going first. We go Doduo. We do have a Nest Ball that will help us out a little bit. We'd obviously much rather be going first, especially because we do have like the Rare Candy, Sparkling Crystal into the Tyranitar play. But we will need at least 1 energy to make that work. We could obviously be greedy, go Nest Ball for Larvitar, hope we hit an energy, and just kind of rock out. Okay, actually that's what we'll do, because we have Fan Rotom. We see the Pidgey. Based on the Hisuian Braviary, I think that it's probably going to be like some sort of Serena deck. Would be like my guess. But I don't remember the other cards we saw. Yeah, it is. Okay, there's the Bounce Sweep. It's not like the worst matchup in the world, but it's not ideal. So we can go Fan Rotom, go Fan Call, grab these 2, place this down, Nest Ball for our Larvitar. What it will be nice is that actually if we're able to get into our Munkidori, we'll be in a pretty decent position, because we'll be able to get around having to deal with the negative effects of like, we'll be able to get around things like, the Panic Mask and stuff like that. If we can hit an energy on the next turn, we'll be in a really good spot. Because we'll be able to drop Sparkling Crystal, Rare Candy, hit the Switch. But we're only going to be drawing 3 cards for the turn. If we can hit an Arven, that'd be great. There's the Serena, as well as a Buddy Poffin, which means they already have Rare Candy in hand, I would assume. There's Vanillite, Rare Candy. If they don't get themselves into Pidgeot on this turn, that's actually not terrible. Okay, so bring this in. Bring this in. Go Nest Ball here. And again, I think we want to make a priority on getting our Munkidori on board. And then from here, we'll draw. We're really just hoping for an energy or an Arven. Okay, another Doduo is not the worst. Assuming draw. Get a Night Stretcher. That doesn't really help us yet. On the following turn, we'll have a chance. Does this go to the bench? Yeah, unfortunately I can't go Tyranitar yet. We just have to kind of risk if we get Arven. I can put the Sparkling Crystal down, but I don't want to do that either. We just have to risk getting Iono'd here, unfortunately, because if I go Rare Candy Tyranitar, they could switch in, go into the Icicle Spear, put it onto the Tyranitar, and then I'm already in a bad spot. Thankfully, their hand is completely bricked, which is very good for me. Which gives us a second opportunity at doing this. And we'll be able to zooming draw for 3 this time. Another Rare Candy, not what we need. Okay, still not what we need. Okay, perfect. So we go Rare Candy, Sparkling Crystal, Switch, bring this in, energy down. We'll attack with the Lightning Rampage. This will remove them being able to get into Pidgeot as an option. It gives us an Iono, which is okay, not anything that we actually want right now. But it also means that if they don't have an energy in hand, which it doesn't seem like they do. Yep, I was going to say, if they don't have an energy in hand, which it doesn't seem like they do, they have to give up another Pokemon in order to get time to go into Serena. Their hand looks pretty awful based on what we've seen because they just keep passing. So we can keep applying pressure. Really what we're looking for is to get into like a boss's orders to go into this, like to start attacking into the Serena. But if we can't get that, that's also fine. There's no reason to use the Iono at this point. We'd love to get into like boss, but if we can't, we can't. We zooming draw again. Another Iono, not the biggest deal in the world. I'm actually going to go ahead and attach one energy to this. It's just a backup attacker for now. We'll go Lightning Rampage, knock this out. Move that. Take one more prize. We get another Larvitar. Not something that we need. If they have the energy in hand at this point, okay, they can go Arven, which will get them the Earthen Vessel. But even if they put the damage down with the Icicle Spear, it's not that big. Oh, wait, what? Why not grab Earthen Vessel? Okay, I just assume they're quitting. Because you'd at least go Nest Ball Sealstone. There's no way you got that unlucky that, like, your Earthen Vessel, whatever your V Pokemon is, like, all of that being all completely prized. I just assume they're going to concede at this point. Okay. I mean, they're playing it out. Kudos to them, I guess. We'll go zooming draw. I don't remember how much damage the Braviary does. I think it's just like 10 to everything, so I'm still safe with the Dodrios. Man, can I get any cards I actually want? It's kind of funny that we're just doing this back and forth. I would love to actually get into, like, my Dark Energy. Think of how much extra damage I would have had stacked up. I could have knocked out the Vanillite by now. I could have put enough damage onto this to knock that out. Man, I am one Dark Energy away from being in a great spot. Now, because of the Panic Mask, I, like, actually need the... Like, I need the Dark Energy here. So, at this point, I'm going Ultra Ball. And just getting rid of everything in my deck that isn't... Let's check. Do I even have the Dark Energy? I do. So we go Ultra Ball here. Grab ourselves one of the Tyranitars, because why not? Alright, we thinned out our deck as much as we can. Zooming draw. Arven or Dark Energy. Okay, Tera Orb. Thin our deck even more. Zooming draw. Okay, Rescue Board, doesn't really matter. Zooming draw. Oh my god. Do I just go Mountain Hurl here? Discard 2, hope I hit the Dark Energy for the next turn? I think I do, just so that way I can at least Night Stretcher it. Okay, there was the boss, but I don't really need that either. Alright, my opponent just concedes. We're just going back and forth. It didn't matter. Alright, we'll do one more game just because that one's pretty anticlimactic. We just both were in this weird back and forth. But alright, that's game number 3. We'll jump into game number 4 in a second. I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 4, and our opponent will be going first. We open Doduo, which is fine. Because our opponent's going first, we do have the Arven. We can get ourselves the Buddy Poffin and kind of set up from there. As well as grab ourselves a Rescue Board. They are playing Miraidon, which isn't that bad because it's going to be pretty hard for them to knock out our Tyranitar. And we will be able to... The main issue is that we just have to be careful of having so many targets for Iron Hands. But if we just have like 2 Tyranitar set up, we'll kind of be like good to go. We're just going to be like looking to set up Tyranitar as soon as possible and just using Boss on the Iron Hands anytime it pops up. And then we'll pretty much be good to go because it's going to be really difficult for them to actually knock out our Tyranitar. And we one-shot everything on our opponent's side of the board. And there's the Latios. Gives them free retreat, but they don't have anything yet. We do have the Rare Candy. That's very good for us. We'll go Buddy Poffin, as well as I think we have to go Crystal here. We go Buddy Poffin for Larvitar Rotom Fan Call. For our Doduo setup. Place this down, and then I think we attach early and pass. I think that's got to be what we do. I doubt they'd go Iono, but I don't know. Like, we can't really risk that. What we could do on our next turn, though, is go... If they knock out our Doduo, we go Ultra Ball for Fezandipiti. But I have a feeling like we'll be okay from the position that we're in. They don't have any energy in the discard pile, so the Magneton doesn't really matter for right now. They could go Secret Box, discard everything, get themselves an Electric Generator, the Stadium, an Arven. Okay, they get rid of 2 bosses. That's so big for me. That means they have maximum 2 left, probably 1. Okay, they get a Bravery Charm. That doesn't really matter. There's the Stadium. The Generator, if they hit. They definitely did, but it just depends. They do get 2. That's a little bit unlucky because they can go Arven here for a second one. And they will have free retreat. So the rescue board's irrelevant. We have to hope they only get 1 here. If they get 2... Okay, perfect. Because they don't have another energy in hand. And they don't have any in the discard, so they can't use Magneton either. They can go... They go Tandem Unit here. They could go Bravery Charm onto the Iron Hands. But I don't know how, like, good that is. I mean, it does mean that we can't knock them out this turn. Alright, we bring up the Larvitar. We can Buddy Poffin here. Get ourselves 2 more. Go Rare Candy onto the active. Place this down, and then the main thing here is that we do need an energy above all else. The problem is that, like, they don't have any draw. So I don't want to Iono. But I think I have to. Okay, Fezandipiti's huge off that. We go flip the script. None of that is... I think the problem is, like, we need the energy. I think we have to risk the Iono here. As much as I don't really want to, I need to start getting damage off. Okay, that's a ton of all my energy stacked together, which also sucks, but that's fine. If they boss around me and go for the Ampy very much on the Dodrio, that's okay. We do knock out the Iron Hands on the next attack. As of right now, there's not too much they can really do to us. We would love to have a second Tyranitar prepped. Because if we can have a second one prepped, we're going to be in a way better position. Because the Mew will let them draw 1 here. They can attach for the Amp. They restart for 2. The problem is, like, if they go amp here, that's 120. Puts us to 220, which does mean that they'll be able to knock us out with Miraidon on the following turn. They're going to go Generator here. I assume they want to power up the Raikou or the Miraidon. Because if they put all their energies into going into Iron Hands again, they won't actually have the ability to knock me out with the Arm Press after this. Even double Arm Press doesn't knock me out. So I think we go power here, go Zooming Draw. We go Nest Ball for Munkidori. Yeah, because Arm Press doesn't knock us out, right? Just does another 160, so 260. Yeah, I think we live, right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Yeah, no, we do. So I think actually what I want to do is I want to go Boss's Orders here, knock out this one on the bench, see if we can get into our Dark Energy off the Munkidori, use that to knock out this Iron Hands, and then take our final prize. I think. Oh my god, it won't let me select the Iron Hands. That's so annoying. Then I think we take the Raikou. Is what we knock out. Because that way they still would need to get 3 energy rather than 2. Just to make it a little bit harder. We do get the Earthen Vessel. That's actually pretty big. Getting the Earthen Vessel, like, guarantees that we do get into the Iron Hit, like, we get our Dark Energy, unless it's prized again, which would be super tragic. Because from there, we'll be able to go Rare Candy. We won't be able to go Tyranitar. I mean, we can, but we wouldn't get an actual knockout off the Tyranitar. Actually, that's only if they yeah, they shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't be able to knock out the one we have. Okay, so they're gonna go Munkidori. Go for the Amp. Okay, that actually makes sense. Make 2 prizes, go to 3. That should be their last boss, though, so we don't have to actually worry about the Fezandipiti. Okay, I mean, that's fine, though. We will get 4 cards to work with, so there's a chance that we can actually get Night Stretcher and still make this play, and then since we have Tyranitar EX, like, on board, we'll actually be okay. So we draw for the top deck. What we'll do is go Earthen Vessel here, get rid of this. There's the Dark Energy and the Fighting to help thin our deck out. We'll go Fezandipiti, hoping for the Night Stretcher or an Arven. Okay, Buddy Poffin. We can use that for the Larvitar. Because again, all we're trying to do is thin our deck. We'll go Earthen Vessel, get rid of this. There's no more energy in our deck, but there are 3 Arvens, a Nest Ball, and an Ultra Ball, all of which will get us what we need because we can always Super Rod that back in. So we do have options. We go Zooming Draw again. Okay, there's the Ultra Ball, so we do get what we're looking for. We can get rid of... We'll put this back in the deck. Actually, we don't really want any of this back in the deck. We have everything we need, so we can just go Super Rod. We don't want to inflate our deck more than we need to. We can go Ultra Ball here, get rid of this and the Roxanne, because the Roxanne is not going to become relevant in this game from this point on. We'll Ultra Ball for the Munkidori. Place the Munkidori down. Go Dark Energy. Go Brain. Move the damage off our Tyranitar to make it harder for them to KO me after. Making it pretty much impossible, actually. Or not impossible, but very difficult. We get 2 prizes, and that closes out the game. Whew! Alright, very good way to end that. What a highlight. Alright, we played that out really well. Obviously, there's a level of it that we got a little bit lucky, but that's why once we got to the damage number that we did, we kind of held on to the Iron Hands and bossed around it to keep it around, because that was the play that we were looking to make in the end. So we sequenced it right. We did obviously get a little bit lucky, but the odds were in our favor, especially after the fact that we got the Super Rod. Our odds of being able to hit the Arven, the Nest Ball, or the Ultra Ball, all of which would have worked for exactly what we were trying to do, were pretty good. But yeah, that's going to be game number 4. I hope you guys had... Game number 3? 4? Whatever. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed the deck list. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Be sure to let me know any changes that you'd make to the deck list. Be sure to let me know what you want to see in the next video. And also be sure to join the upcoming tournament on December 21st? Yeah, 21st. All that information will be down in the description, so be sure to check that out on the Limitless page. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.